Shalom. First and foremost, I would like to give all praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Ha, Rakah Kwadash, Ma'ma. Double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone and the elders. Double honors to my elder as well, Aharawan Bayasha Allah of the Lions Den Camp. Salutations to the fellow Akim, our wife and children that believe in truth and in sincerity. It's your brother, I thank you Allah. Back to you another lesson. And your Haratazah is edifying. And I just got some scriptures lined up. I'm going to start off in the book of 1 Ezra, chapter 4. In I started verse 19. And letting all those things go, do they not gape? Salakia. I started verse 18. And this first Ezra is chapter 4 and verse 18. Yeah, and if men gathered together gold and silver or any other goodly thing, do they not love a woman which is comely in favor and beauty? Right? You know, out of all the things in the world that you can gain, all right, riches, gold, silver, all right, you still gonna desire a woman. All right, that's why us brothers, apostles on down, you know, our elder here at this camp at the Lions Den Camp, he always tell brothers, you don't fight the desire of the desire of wanting a woman, all right, but understand the temptation that you can bring upon yourself, all right. You know, every man should desire a woman, you know, so to speak. Even Yahweh Shai being the first Adam, all right, when Adam came first, he stated that he was lonely. Then came Eve, all right. And this is back in 1 Ezra chapter 4 and verse 19. And letting all those things go, do they not gape? And even with open mouth, fix their eyes fast on her, you know, gazing, right? And have not all men more desire unto her than unto silver or gold or any goodly thing whatsoever? A man leaveth his own father that brought him up and his own country and cleaveth unto his wife. He sticketh not to spend his life with his wife and remembereth neither father nor mother nor country. By this also ye must know that women have dominion over you. Do ye not labor and toil and give and bring all to the woman? Right. You know, and that's how some men do. All right. They get caught up. And that's just ultimately what we deal with on this side. All right. You know, that's where the balance come in at. You know, hey, that's a false balance is an abomination to the Lord. All right. This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 11 and verse 1. A false balance is an abomination to the Lord, but a just weight is his delight, right? And that's just what we're dealing with on this side, you know, the test, the trials. You know, as the scriptures say, any man love his wife, his children, more than he loved the father. The love of the father is not in him. All right, so we have to have that assured balance of keeping Sophia first, you know, and every brother got a different lot, all right, pertaining to women, you know, because, hey, some brothers was dealing with women, had children, had substance, they were fruitful before they were brought into the knowledge of the truth, all right, but then you have some individuals who lot was not set up that way, all right, you found Sophia first, all right. So you always want to keep Sophia first. You know, whether you got her on the latter end or you got her before, you want to keep Sophia first. All right. So just going back to 1 Ezra chapter 4. All right. I want to finish that out in verse 22. By this also you must know that women have dominion over you. Do ye not labor and toil and give and bring all to the woman? You know, and some men, all right, simps, beta males, that's what they do. All right, they work hand and foot in the world, in this society, and break their backs for Esau, ultimately to bring it back to their woman. All right. That's what motivates them. When all actuality, you should be working and putting forth that same effort. And you work for Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai first, all right? Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai first, first and foremost, all right? Verse 23, yet a man taketh his sword and goeth his way to rob and to steal, to sail upon the sea and upon rivers, and looketh upon a lion, and goeth in the darkness, right? Put himself all type of harm's way through the spirit and the flesh. And when he have stolen, spoiled, and robbed, he bringeth it to his love. Wherefore a man loveth his wife better than the father or mother. Yeah, many there be that have run out of their wits for women, and become servants for their sakes. Many also have perished, have erred, and sinned for women, man. Right, and that's just twofold. You got the physical woman, all right, and you got the philosophies, the ways, and the ways of life in this society, in this world, all right, that don't add up and equate to the righteousness of the scriptures, of what's to come, all right, the kingdom, all right. So you don't want to find yourself caught up in that delusion, all right, of working so hard and bringing it to your woman, all right, and you forgetting the first woman, man, Sophia, all right, as the scriptures say, man, you got to attend to her or she will leave you, all right. But from now, I want to go to Isaiah 13, all right? Just all in all, just even the last cap lesson, all right, of us men of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, especially being in the knowledge of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, being in the know, all right? We ought to keep steadfast in the faith, all right? Having our eyes single, man, and ultimately remembering that we the dimes, They gonna have to get with it or get lost, pertaining to your women, all right? The people in your family that gainsay or might gainsay against you, all right? Trim not your ways to seek love, but this is the book of Isaiah chapter 13. And verse 11, and it reads, and I will punish the world for their evil, and the wicked for their iniquity. And I will cause the arrogancy of the proud to cease, and will lay low the haughtiness of the terrible, man. Right? And that's not only the heathen, all right, and the ambassador of the heathen being Esau, Edom, right? Being the proud, being the wicked, all right, that the Lord is going to punish, right? But hey, our women fall into that category as well, man, as a majority of our women are in that Eve-like mindset, that Eve-like spirit. They're not in the spirit of Sarah, the spirit of Deborah, right? They're not meek and lowly. They're not seeking the old paths, all right? The righteous way, but they're filled up with pride, right? In this society, you have women's lib, right? Just like the ancient Roman Empire, and that's running rapid. You even got female rappers, man, sounding like men, taking pride on independency, being nigga free, sound like a straight dude, and speaking on being free of a man, all right, which that's not a state that a woman should be in, all right. A man is going to be a covering, a hiding place, especially a man in the know, a man with wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. So we ought to keep our foot, man. We to be stoic in what we know, all right, in its truth, all right, and be that covering, be that hedge, man, whether they like it or not, all right, provoke them to jealousy, all right, as what the unbelieving wife could be saved by the believing husband and vice versa, man. The believing, unbelieving husband could be saved by the believing wife, all right. But hey, you got a total line and a balance, man. All right. But this verse 12, I will make a man more precious than fine gold, even a man than a golden wedge of Ophir, right? The finest of gold. Dealing with 24 karat and shit like that on this side. You talking about gold you haven't seen and laid eyes on before, man. The purest of the pure. That's how he's gonna make you, all right, being a man with the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. All right. So hey, we got to remember what Isaiah 4:1. When all shit hit the fan, That's what's going to break these women, all right, with their pride, where they go have to fall in subjection, or this is the hell with them, man. They're going to be destroyed. And this is Isaiah chapter 4 and verse 1. And in that day, 7 women shall take hold of one man, saying, we will eat our own bread and wear our own apparel. Only let us be called by thy name to take away our reproach, man. They just gonna want their reproach to be taken away. You know, they're not gonna be wanting to be independent then. All right, they're gonna be seeking a righteous man, a man of the Lord, man. All right, of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai. You know, with that wisdom and knowledge, man. You know, with that understanding. You know, a wisdom and knowledge make a man face to shine. You know, roughly paraphrasing, man. You gonna be shining, man. You know. So, hey, that's things that we have to remember, man. Hey, he's go a 7. That's 7 meaning what? A completed number. Whatever completes that man. All right. So, hey, you don't limit yourself. All right, on this side, just having, you know, don't limit yourself. You know. But this is Isaiah chapter 32. And I'll start at verse 9. Rise up, ye women that are at ease, hear my voice, ye careless daughters, give ear unto my speech. Many days and years shall ye be troubled, ye careless women, for the vintage shall fail, the gathering shall not come. Right, the independency, all right, the benefits off of Egypt, right, the second Egypt. You know how you got food stamps, Medicaid, all these things that women can take the bite out of the apple of. You know, they can take part and be a part of this society, but hey, it's rules to even get that. All right, you have to kick your man out of the household. Man can't be in your household, so on and so forth, man. You know, which all is gonna fail. You know, that vintage is gonna fail. That independency mindset, that women's lib mindset is gonna fail these women. All right, so it's ultimately, hey, they're gonna break. All right, they're gonna be seeking a righteous man of the Lord, man. So why trim your ways, all right, to fit the bill, to fit their bill, all right? You know, and we're at the end, man, where it's gonna be manifested that the things that the men of start with apostles of Great Millstone on down have taught has been a true, man. They gonna know a prophet was among them. You know, in other words, you know, roughly paraphrasing, all right. So, Isaiah 32. And 11, man. Tremble ye women that are at ease, be troubled, ye careless ones, strip ye and make ye bare, and gird sackcloth upon your loins, man. And that's why they're gonna be seeking the righteous man of the Lord. Those who are smart, you know, if they know better, they go do better, and they gonna be seeking the righteous man of the Lord. And that's where Isaiah 4 and 1 go kick in, to where you go be seeking a man with the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai. That's all you go want. You know, because he's going to be stoic in these times that we're coming into, all right? This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 2 and verse 33. Why trimmest thou thy way to seek love? Therefore hast thou also taught the wicked ones thy ways, man. All right, why trimmest thou way to seek love? All right, stay stoic, stay steadfast, and keep your eyes single to Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai. And most importantly, keep Sophia first. All right, the wisdom that was given to men. All right, this is the book of Proverbs, chapter 4 and verse 5. And it's the book of Proverbs, chapter 4 and verse 5. Get wisdom, get understanding. Forget it not, neither decline from the words of my mouth. Forsake her not, and she shall preserve thee. Love her, and she shall keep thee. Wisdom is the principal thing. Therefore get wisdom, and with all thy getting, get understanding. Exalt her. Hey! Exalt her, and she shall promote thee. She gonna promote thee. You know, not the damn Edomite or jink at your job. None of that matters, man. You know, your woman on this side, she can rub your feet, man, after a hard day of work, man. None of that matters, man. It's all come down to what work you putting in for Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai. You know, the Lord very well operates on what have you done for me lately. All right. So exalt her, man. Exalt Sophia. All right. Or she go get jealous. All right. She'll leave you. This Proverbs 5. It's a lot here. That whole chapter of Proverbs chapter 4 is a good chapter to read. All right. But this is Proverbs 5:1. My son, attend unto my wisdom, and bow thine ear to my understanding, that thou mayest regard discretion, and that thy lips may keep knowledge, man. Right. That's the point, to keep knowledge. You know, so you got to always attend unto the Lord's wisdom. You got to attend to Sophia, man. You got to check in. Verse 3, for the lips of a strange woman drop as a honeycomb, and her mouth is smoother than oil. But her end is bitter as wormwood, sharp as a two-edged sword. Her feet go down to death, her steps take hold on hell, lest thou shouldest ponder the path of life. Her ways are movable, that thou canst not know them. Right? It's like a trap. All right? When all actuality, you're the trap. Again, you're the dime. You know? Verse 7, hear me now, therefore, ye children, and depart not from the words of my mouth. Right? Because, hey, when we're dealing with the wisdom and knowledge of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai, all right, what I mean by you being the trap, all right, you having the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai, all right, you ought to provoke these people to jealousy. We're not trimming our ways to fit them, to fit their way, to fit their way of life, to make them, please them, or make them happy. They ultimately have to get with what we with. They have to get with the program, all right? You know, and if they don't, they're going to be judged, man. You know, to where you're that ensample, you're that example of righteousness, you're that ensample of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai, what to be, all right? And if they don't want to follow in that way, they're going to be casted off. They're getting marked, man. They're going to be casted off to the wayside, all right? Remembering Lot's wife, man, is another way to look at it, all right? This back in Proverbs 5, and I'll start at verse 8. Remove thy way far from her, and come not nigh the door of her house, lest thou give thine honor unto others, and thy years unto the cruel, man. Right? You don't want to waste all your good works, all right, by putting Sophia on the back burner, all right, and exalting and upholding something else, man. Anything pertaining to this world could be in the form of a woman, all right, a philosophy, all right, an actual woman, all right, that come and just take your whole mind off of the objective, which is the kingdom, all right, salvation, you know. From there, I want to go back to the book of Proverbs, chapter 4 and verse 13. Take fast hold of instruction, let her not go. Keep her, for she is thy life, man. Right? She thy life. All right? You have to keep her. She's thy life, man. Without the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding of the Lord, we're a part of the congregation of the dead, you know. So care less, like our elders say in this care less about the relationships and the things that we can't control in the flesh and on this side, and care more about the relationship that we're building with Yahweh Shem Yahushai and Sophia, all right? And he forever guide our paths, all right? But from there, I want to go to the book of Philippians, if I got it. Need a new sword. Philippians chapter 3 and verse 12. And it reads, and this is Paul speaking. I'll start at verse 12. And this Philippians chapter 3 and verse 12. Not as though I had already obtained, either were already perfect. Right? Because we're not all perfect. We just try to push these lessons and these letters out. All right? Exhorting one another. All right? With hopes that we save ourselves, we can save somebody else, man. All right? But I follow after, if that I may apprehend that for which also I am apprehended of Yahushua Mashiach. Brethren, I count not myself to have apprehended, but this one thing I do, forgetting those things which are behind, and reaching forth unto those things which are before. I press toward the mark for the prize of the high calling of Yahweh and Yahushua Mashiach. And that's the point. To keep pushing in the hopes that if you're listening and learning that you do the same, all right? And don't deter your path, man. Keep steadfast, man. Be that ensample, all right? And provoke the people to jealousy, all right? Provoke them to righteousness ultimately, all right? And if they don't want to come into the fold, all right, the hell with them, all right? The Lord's go judge them, all right? Because, hey, the Lord will very well judge you. All right, he'll judge everything around you ultimately to keep you in check, to keep you in pocket. All right, and that go for your women, your children. Nobody's exempt. All right, and that's just what we're dealing with on this side. That's the balance. All right. But from there, I want to go to 1 Peter chapter 5 and verse 7. And it's the book of 1 Peter chapter 5 and verse 7. Casting all your care upon him, for he careth for you. Be sober, be vigilant, because your adversary, the devil, as a roaring lion, walketh about seeking whom he may devour. Right, and very well the devil know your weakness, man. And he go try to creep in at your lowest point. Whether it be a woman, whether it be some box. All right, you know how to get you. Ultimately, the Lord, Yahweh Shem Yahushai, know how to get you. You know when to test you. He'll test you at your lowest point, and he'll test you with something that you favor. All right, to just ultimately see whether you prefer that before him or not. So this 1 Peter chapter 5 and verse 9, whom resist steadfast in the faith, knowing that the same afflictions are accomplished in your brethren that are in the world, man, right? So you gotta maneuver, wiggle, and shake the devil off, so to speak, right? Get behind me, Satan, because that, hey, your brothers and some brothers go through it, man. They being an example of having gone through it, all right, and been through it. To know that you can go through it and you can come out victorious, man, in the righteous sense. Verse 10, but the power of all grace, who have called us unto his external glory by Yahushua Mashiach, after that ye have suffered a while, making you perfect, establish strength, settle you. To him be glory and dominion forever and ever, right? To him be the glory and dominion, man. You know, your women don't have the dominion over you. You know, Yahweh Hashem Yahushua does. You know, and again, by him having that dominion over you, he'll very well judge you to keep you in pocket, to keep you in check. All right. This is the book of Matthew, St. Matthew chapter 4 and verse 6. And it reads, and saith unto him, if thou be the Son of God, cast thyself down. For it is written, he shall give his angels charge concerning thee. Right, and this is the devil tempting Yahushua himself. Basically showing him what he had given, man, the world. You know, the fleshly things, showing him, hey, look, you can have all this. You know, the glitter, the glamour, the luxurious things, right? I'll start from the top again. It's Matthew chapter 4 and verse 6. And saith unto him, if thou be the Son of God, cast thyself down. For it is written, he shall give his angels charge concerning thee, and in their hands they shall bear thee up, lest at any time thou shalt dash thy foot against a stone. Yahushua said unto him, it is written again, thou shalt not tempt the Lord thy power. Right, you don't want to tempt the Lord thy power, man. He'll very well judge you and everything else around you, man, including your woman and your children for not keeping your eyes single and being focused on him, man. And Sophia, man, the first woman, the first love. All right, the Lord is a jealous power. Again, the devil taketh him up into an exceeding high mountain, and showeth him all the kingdoms of the world and the glory of them, and saith unto him, all these things will I give thee, if thou wilt fall down and worship me. Then saith Yahushua unto him, get thee hence, Satan, for it is written, thou shalt worship the Lord thy power, and him only shalt thou serve. You know? Hey, so that's just a quick point, man. And the Most High, Yahushua himself even knew glitter wasn't gold. All right, the devil could have offered him everything according to the flesh, his blessing back. But Yahushua ain't, the hell with that. I want the latter end, you know? He kept his eye single, you know, being the point. All right, not wavering. And he passed the test. All right, the temptation. All right, because, hey, again, being fruitful, all right, having substance and family, all right, is all scriptural, man. It's all what the Lord requires of us and asks of us to do. All right, but knowing that we do that on this side where this is not our rest, shut up! Knowing that we do that on this side where this is not our rest, Salaki. We know that we add upon ourselves temptation. All right, you know, because we can't not love our woman, our family, our children more than we love Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. All right, take Abraham for example. All right, he took Isaac upon the mount. All right, the hell with Ishmael, but he took Isaac upon the mount for the sacrifice, because then Isaac was the seed gonna be called. All right, but then when he was about to slay his son, he didn't have to. All right, because the Lord saw him fit. You know, he saw him righteous, you know, because he's willing to give that up, you know. And that's ultimately the Lord want to test you, man. He want to see what you love more, all right? The things of the world, the things that you can gain in the flesh and in this society, or him, all right? It's the book of Sirach, chapter 25 and verse 21, and I end off with this. And it reads, stumble not at the beauty of a woman and desire her not for pleasure. You know, you can get caught up in it. All right. You know, attend unto Sophia, unto Sophia, or she will leave you. You know, that just being the point. And Yahweh Ratazah, this lesson was edifying. Shalom, Ahabatah, and DTA.